Okay, someone's got the show playing. You got to mute that. It's going to be a long show. What's happening, everybody? Okay, who's got the show playing?
I was muted.
Oh, no.
All right, are we all fixed now?
Yeah.
All right. What's happening? Hey, it's Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business with Jay and A. I'm Vegas Jay.
And I'm Philly Nay. Hi, everybody.
We decided to have a giant show tonight with many guests. So
Yes.
say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey!
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
That was a great in unison hello.
All right. So I have paired my tiki mug tonight. So let's get right into it before we say goodbye to our guests. Time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum of a different tiki mug, give you a little quick lesson. And since everyone down below here, well, no, I have to be on the screen to that. Everyone down below here is from our Philly and New Jersey classes. I do have a mug, so here we go. It doesn't look all that tiki. It's a geisha girl, but it's from the geisha room. And that was in the Hawaiian Cottage at Merchantville, New Jersey. And it's hard to find these mugs from the Hawaiian room, so if you do find them, they are worth some good money.
Yeah, I've sold one, and I have one that's listed right now.
And what are you drinking tonight, Nadine?
So I have an interesting drink tonight. So I ended up with a bottle of Kraken rum that Jay could not bring home in his suitcase, so I ended up with it. So what do I do with Kraken rum? Well, I find I did not like it with Diet Coke at all. So what do I pair it with? I pair it with Guinness. So it's called a Dock Rock and Guinness and spiced rum. And it's really yummy. Jay says yuck, but it's really good.
You will be hammered by the end of the show based on the size of that glass.
Well, there's some ice and stuff in it too. And it's just one Guinness and it's one Guinness and like that much rum. But
so because Nadine was drinking Kraken tonight, I too busted out the Kraken. All right, so these are the ladies that took our classes either in New Jersey or Philadelphia, and so they're going to be back in a little bit to chat about what it is, what it's like to take a class from Nadine and myself, what they learned, what they wanted to learn, what we stunk at. So we'll hear it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we'll see all of you guys in a little bit. I'm going to put you all into sleepy time, hopefully. Let's see if this works. We're having some technical difficulties. All right. Robin is my only hold on because I can't turn her camera off.
I can do that.
Thank you, Robin. All right, let's get into it. It is now time for...
yes.
I'm trying.
Okay.
The button, I kept pushing it. It's weird as I'm playing the whole sound clip. Wow, Bizarro tonight. It's going to be like one of them weird-ass nights. Now it's time for Nate's breast cancer update and fact of the week. Oh,
yes.
Gosh.
So I have, just to make a long story short, I've got some scans coming up. I've got a surgery on June 8th. I've got some not so good things going on, but I hopefully will find out that things aren't that bad after I get all of my scans done and all. So I just wanted to say that it is so true that when you have love and support of your family and friends, when you have some good friends, it is so true that it really helps you fight cancer. So on our last day on the first day, go back to the first set of pictures, Jason,
Sure,
from your
yeah,
party.
no problem.
Yeah. So on the first night, I was totally not expecting this. I turned 40 in December, which is quite embarrassing, but so my real 40th birthday was really non-eventful. It was not that spectacular, to say the least. And I didn't have a party, didn't have anything happen, and I really wasn't expecting this. And the first night that Jason was here, he had organized a whole surprise party. No one's ever given me a surprise party before. It was so exciting, and I had friends come from everywhere. I had Pam there come from Connecticut. And I had 2 of my breast cancer sisters were there. One on the bottom right is my friend Robin. Another was Heidi, who was on a former show. My friend Lola with her wife on the bottom left. Christine came all the way from Canada. I mean, I just had a whole bunch of friends, and I realized just how loved I was and how supported I am. And so, you know, it really does help you get through. And so if you have a person that's going through cancer or something like it in your life, support them, be there for them. It really does help. And the second one is of the same nature. Jason had, he has this awesome Fight Cancer shirt, which is, it's from Fight Club, right? It's a Fight Club.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
yeah, so on the last day that Jason was here, we went to breakfast and we had blueberry pancakes, and we went to the art museum and tried to do the Rocky Steps, but they were closed, and we did thrifting and a bunch of stuff, and it was a fun day. And Jason had this shirt on, and it just made me feel so supported and loved, and it was great. And I just want to say thank you to all of my family and friends who support me through this. So thank you.
You are welcome. And I've changed mics. People said I sounded distant. We're having technical issues, so if you let me know if this sounds worse, better.
That sounds a little worse, actually.
Does it really?
Yeah, you sound muffled now.
Ay. Let me crank this up. Hello. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
All right, cool. This is crazy tonight. But we'll get through it, won't we, Nay?
Yes,
because
we will.
Now it is time for... It's time for the sound effect only play halfway. What is... Like, life just hates me tonight. Hey, it's time for our scores of the week. You're up first, Nadine.
Okay, so I sold a Starbucks Valentine's Day mug in April. So that's my first score. And it is a score because I just wanted to point out to you guys that all holidays sell all year round. So don't ever, don't ever take down your listings or not list something because it's a specific holiday. Because, hey, $19.99, easy to FOMO. There you go. And this is a brand that's not really that desirable necessarily. It's kind of a bread and butter brand. They did, Susan Graver also did a QVC line, but plus sizes always sell very well. In no matter what brand. And this was kind of a cool print. It was a cool, like a sheer, I think it was not silk, it was polyester, but it was a sheer fabric, great fabric for spring and summer. And I think what really sold it was a combination of the print and the fact that it was a 2X. And I sold it for $28.95 with free shipping, and I paid $3.99 for it. So that was a good sale. Yeah. And I sold this, it was a film history aviation DVD set. I think I paid $10 for this set originally. I actually talked Goodwill down on this one. They had it priced higher. And, yeah,
that's an option?
Oh yeah, my Goodwill, yes. Yes. So I did not sell it for $59.99 like it says. I got an offer, I think, for $39.99. And
we got to go over these before the show next week, 2 weeks.
What's up?
You got to let me know when they don't show the right prices so I can fix them before we go live.
Okay. Well, I think I took an offer for $39.99, and he said, I'm an avid collector, but because it has a rip, the box has a rip and some wear, like I mentioned in the condition box. So I said, fine, and he also paid shipping. It was, they're very heavy, so it was like $12 to ship, and he paid the shipping. And then this.
Oh, look how cute.
Yeah, so I sold this Tinkerbell for $24.99, and she was just a baby. It was a baby Tinkerbell stuffed plush, and that goes to show that Disney sells, and, I think I paid like $2 for her, so.
And that's it, too.
Yeah, so. And
did I miss one? Or is that all of them?
That's it. Yeah,
okay,
that was all.
So look, you'll never find this CD. It's one of them rare CDs, but I always want to share when I have great CD scores because, look, I sold this CD for $56, and I waited. I kept getting offers of like $20, but I knew it was rare, and it did have a few light marks. If it was mint, I would have actually held out for like $70 or $80. So just keep your eyes open. Start scanning CDs. They're out there. I got this at Savers for $2. This is a T-shirt.
Crazy Shirts. If you don't know, Crazy Shirts are a great collectible brand. They make designs for a while, then they retire them. So people like them. This was a Ski the Volcano. Again, I got a lot of lowball offers, but I finally got an offer of $33, and I was happy to take it.
Can you show the tag on that, Jason?
Oh, I just closed it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, later. Because I think
Yeah.
I saw one of those at my thrift store, and I didn't know what it was. Okay.
Now, this bear looks kind of plain. He's just gray, but he is adorable, and this was my opening shot. I really wanted to catch people's attention. West Cliff collection, and he was only listed for like maybe a week, 2 at the tops, and it sold for $60. And he's just a gray bear, but he's adorable. And he was tall, 22 inches, so he's pretty big, but keep your eyes open in the plush. And then let's play a quick little guessing game. If you have not seen this yet, I don't think anybody has, let's guess how much this shirt sold for. This is from the Walt Disney Enchanted Tiki Room. It is a replica of the original 1960s host shirt. You come in and sit down. So anyone have a guess on what this sold for if you didn't see it? If you saw it, then your guess would be accurate. But anyone in the chat have a guess of what this Disney Hawaiian shirt sold for? Because this is one of my best sales in a long time. All right, so we got a $199, a $345, a $60, a $40, a $75, a $150, $90, $200. All right, I am happy to tell you, you are all way too low. Ladies and gentlemen, $400 for this Disney shirt.
God.
Now, the other thing that's funny about this is here is a tiki group I'm in, and unbeknownst to me, someone posted a link to my shirt, not knowing it was my listing. And then here was the comments. Scary ass prices. I agree. Please. The price is more than my car payment. $500. Dream on. And I replied to him. I said, well, I sold it for $400. So who's laughing now? So that's just so funny. I rolled across someone talking crap about my listing, not knowing it was me, not knowing I was in their group, not knowing it sold. Dummies. But here's the best thing. Guess what, Nadine?
Yes.
I have 2 more of those.
I thought you said one more. You have 2 more?
Guess who just picked up another one for $40? Boom, drop the mic. I'm out of here.
Really? Wow.
Yes, I got 3 total, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
All right, you've seen our scores. Now it's time for... our duds of the week, because not everything can be a $400 Disney shirt. So let's talk duds, because no matter how good you are, you still make mistakes. Now, this is a dud. It's a hat by Neff. It's a brand that makes kind of cool little edgy stuff for younger guys. But it only sold for $10. But it was a score in a sense that it was listed for, a year. And I used the 8 app. If you don't know what the 8 TV app is, you should go back a couple episodes and watch our show. Put it up in the app, sold like that. So new forms of social media definitely work. And you all saw these from a recent haul we did. These are actually worth money. This is Living Health, Tony Robbins. It's a CD set. This is Light His Fire, Light Her Fire, from Ellen Creedman, PhD, America's #1 love expert. But here's what the problem is. These are duds now, because you know why, Nadine? I didn't check thoroughly in the store. This one's missing a cassette. And this one, because I didn't know it was missing anything. And luckily, my assistant was really paying attention. This one's CDs. And so here's the CDs. And there was 8, and I thought that was good. But when I read the back, it said, these 9 CDs.
Oh, no.
Crap. So this was basically a waste of my money. These would have been good, like $40, $50 items. So from hero to zero, just like that, because I was not paying attention.
Damn, that stinks.
Yep. All right. Now you're back.
So here's another dud pattern, $6.99 with free shipping. Yes. But on the other hand, I do get these in big lots, so I paid next to nothing for it. But still, with the increase on first class shipping, $6.99 with free shipping. Really, there's no profit there.
No, not a bit.
Yeah. So these I thought were going to be a score. I sold them for $24.99 with free shipping, and I said woohoo! And I brought them out and looked over them again as I was packing them to ship, and I noticed that there was a rip in the fabric of the knee on the one side. And
Bummer.
yeah, I don't know how on earth I missed that, because I do always, look things over carefully before I, while I'm listing them, but I missed it. So I still sent them. I wrote a nice note to buyer and I said, please, keep these. I hope you can fix them. And I refunded her whole $24.99. So that's why that was a dud.
It happens.
Yes.
All right, you've seen our scores. You've seen our duds. Now it's time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty. Kind. Renee and I recount fun stories, actions we have with people and things in thrift stores around the country. All right, so we taught 2 classes. That's why you're all here tonight. So here
Yes.
I am teaching records and CDs. Here is Nadine. I think she's teaching some boots right there. And here's another shot of me doing. Where am I hearing? How am I hearing the? Yeah, how am I hearing the show? What is happening? This is a crazy day today.
Yeah, I hear too. It's not on my end. I know that because I have mine muted.
All right, well, I'll keep on going. So during this class, I had 2 thrifty encounters. All right, I got to figure this out because it's in my ears.
It's probably one of our guests, I would assume.
Is it gone now?
Yes.
Yes,
it is
okay.
gone. Okay.
So I had 2 thrifty encounters. So we get to the store in New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey. And I make a beeline for the bathroom. And the bathroom is in the back room. You got to go up some stairs, through the workers. So I walk through the door and I ask the guy, hey, is this the way the bathroom? He goes, yep, up the stairs. So I went to the bathroom. And then about 20 minutes later, I wasn't in the bathroom for 20 minutes, by the way. 20 minutes later, I was out talking to the manager and she goes, oh, yeah, my employee in the back recognized you from TV. So I was towards the back and he came out and he goes, dude, you're the guy from Thrift Hunters. I'm like, I am. He goes, yo, man, I'm going to hook you up with my boy. He makes all the fresh threads for me because, I'm a rapper by nature. I just do this part-time. And I'm going to hook you guys up on Instagram. He's going to make you some fresh threads. And I'm like, all right, sounds good to me now. I have not been contacted yet for fresh to happen. So that was my good thrifty encounter. My bad thrifty encounter is we're teaching the class. And look, we're in a public store. I can't really do anything if someone wants to just lean in the class for free. But I always ask them to please step aside. And if they don't, I can't do anything. But I always ask. So a lady had been shopping in the shoe section when we were near the women's shoes, and she turned around and she listened intently to me for about 10, 15 minutes. And I said, can I help you? And she said, no, I'm just listening. And I'm like, well, if you could do me a favor and just kind of, scooch to the side. All these people are in my class and they paid to be here. And thank you very much. And she did. And so nothing. It was fine. Like we moved on. So we're walking to a new section as a class, and she approaches me, and I don't see her coming. And she goes, I don't know who you think you are, but you should not embarrass people in public like that. I'm like, look, if you were embarrassed by that simple interaction, that's on you, not me. I said, these people paid to be here, and I just asked you to step aside. That's all I did. So if you're embarrassed, I'm sorry, but that was not embarrassing. Then she goes and gets an employee who just came on to work, doesn't realize we're there teaching a class. She comes over and says, what are you doing? And I said, I'm teaching a class. And she said, well, we had this customer who was upset by your interaction. She was shopping shoes and you told her to leave. Yeah, well, that's not exactly how it happened. So I explained how it happened. And she goes, well, she's a customer. And I said, well, so are the 12 people I brought in. So I'm sorry that she's upset, but we're going to keep on shopping and keep on teaching. So those are my 2 interactions.
Yeah, she was a little over the top because you were actually nice, Jay. For you, I mean.
Okay, now look, if Nadine says I was actually nice, then that means I was actually nice.
Yes. Okay, so my thrifty encounter is also from the New Jersey class, and it is of Jason holding all of these bras. They are large size bras, and we all know that large size bras do sell better because larger women want pretty bras too, but they're limited in in choice because of the size. So I found I was teaching the bra section. I was going through and picking the bras, and all of a sudden I rounded the corner and I saw this just line of large bras. So there's Jason holding all of the large bras, and he was even impressed. He was like, wow, this is great. These are some sizes that I haven't seen. And then, I don't know, do you have the picture of you actually handing them out, Jason?
Oh, I do not.
Okay, so the next cut was really funny because Jason actually handed a bra to everyone in our class, which was great. So everyone went home with a large bra to sell, because they do sell very well, as I said. So it was just,
And let me tell you, I teased this earlier today. I have sold big bras. I have sold L's. I have sold K's. I have sold M's. Nadine sold an N, as in Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
These were bigger than we had ever seen. I remember one was 46 double J.
Mm-hmm.
One was 50 double H. I mean, it was amazing. But if you wear that size, and then on the men's side, if you wear 7X, 8X, 9X, and those are real sizes, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have lots of options. So when you find them in thrift stores, they're easy to sell. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be name brand, because no one carries 50 double H bras.
Exactly. So,
except for Artis. Artis is the brand, ARDYSS.
Yes.
So check them out.
And they're nice too, because they do have like a little tiny bit of lace. They're not, they're not ugly. So. Okay.
All right. You've seen our encounters now. Now it's time for our Thrifty Tips of the Week, brought to you by Stamps.com's Postage on Demand. Oh, wrong one. Stamps.com's online postage service enables small businesses like Nadine, myself, and everyone here watching tonight, enterprises, and online retailers to print U.S. Postal Service approved postage with just a computer, printer, and internet connection right from their home or their office. I use Stamps.com every day. It's a great service. So if you've not checked out Stamps, give them a look. Now, here is my Thrifty ghetto thrifting. It's the thing, ladies
I
and
didn't
gentlemen.
realize that you had that picture in there. That's funny.
Yes. So if you live in a major city like Las Vegas, like Philadelphia, there's going to be some inner city thrift stores. Now, if you're a small woman or man and maybe don't feel comfortable, but if you have a friend my size or go with a couple friends, really nothing's going to happen if you're going during the day. But, Nadine definitely feels more comfortable when I'm standing next to her. Mm-hmm. But we went to look at the fencing in front of the windows. We were deep in what they call heroin town, in Philly. But look what I found. Here we are deep in the ghetto, and I found vintage tiki collectibles. Okay, so let me tell you, there is good stuff. Coco Joe's still with the label on the bottom. There is good stuff to be had at less than desirable neighborhood thrift stores. So come on down. Don't be afraid. But if you grab a friend or two and go in a group. But look, during the day, nothing happens. I wouldn't probably recommend at night. But
some license plates get stolen. Some, cops.
But in Vegas, I go to ones that have bullet holes in the windows. It's fine. I haven't been shot yet.
Yeah, it's really and the other thing, I found some great stuff in that store, and I walked by that Coco Joe's, which Jason didn't point out. I missed it. So Nadine was hunting CDs. She was like about 3.5 inches from this, and she never turned that way. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, you missed the cool vintage tiki thing. I would have given it to you anyway, though.
Oh, thanks, my dear.
Yes. So my thrifty encounter was I was with Jason at the second Philly AIDS Thrift, which is also called Giovanni's Reading Room. It is, it kind of is an LGBT bookstore, and the owner, the Philly AIDS Thrift, took it over, and now it's a bookstore / thrift store. It's really cool. And there was a whole shelf there of Starbucks city mugs. Now you would think that would be a score, and now Starbucks mugs are on the decline. And Jason, my phone died, much to Jason's chagrin, while he was thrifting with me. I was like, "Can you come over here and scan these for me and look these up for me?" So he comes over, and he's like, "All right." So we looked up every single city mug, and really none of them were worth. I mean, they were only $2.99 each, but none of them were worth flipping for that price. None of them. Yep, we looked up every single one. However, in the middle of them were these two Halloween mugs, and I wasn't on my radar that they were even Starbucks, but Jason turned them over, and he's like, "Oh, these are Starbucks too. Let's look these up." Well, they were the hidden gem in the whole lot. These two mugs together, I'll sell them as a group together. They should bring, I'll put them up for $49.99 with best offer, and I should get $40 to $50 for them easily from the solds. So the gem in there was not what was originally expected. So sometimes you have to look for that diamond in the rough.
Yep, always. Always. Time for... You have got to be shipping me. Renee and I teach you what to do and what not to do for shipping tips. You've got to be shipping me is brought to you by Bubble Fast, a family-owned business providing quality shipping supplies to the online community since 1999. Bubble Fast, the internet's home for shipping supplies. And make sure to use J and Nay, as you see on the screen, and get 10% off your entire order. I cheated on Bubble Fast a while back on bubble wrap, and I got crappy bubble wrap. I will never do it again. My bad.
Okay, so my tip is kind of a funny one. So Jason, if you're traveling, now this isn't exactly shipping, but it's if you're trying to bring breakable things home while you're traveling in your suitcase, the best thing to do, if you have a friend who's more reliable than me, you can ask your friend to, go home and give you some bubble wrap, which Jason asked me while I was home if I could please give him a few sheets of bubble wrap so that he could wrap his breakables. And being the good friend that I am, I completely forgot and did not give him their bubble wrap. So now this is not going to be the kind of quality bubble wrap that you get from Bubble Fast, and you will be paying more per square inch than you would at Bubble Fast. However, we happen to be in Center City where there's a brand new Target. We walked by Target and I said, oh, Jason, they sell bubble wrap. So we went in, and the good thing about Target is that they sell small quantities of bubble wrap. So here's an example for $2.99. I think his was $4.99, but he was able to get just enough that he needed, and he didn't have to pay an arm and a leg and buy a big batch of it. So look for, if you are in a pinch and you need that for your travels, go into a Target, and they do have very small quantities that you can buy like that. So, and it saved Jason, and his stuff did get home in one piece. So
nothing broke on the way home. All right, My shipping tip is a little live one here. In the next segment, you're going to see a purse I sold today, but it was a leather and cowhide purse. And the one thing I want to make sure everyone realizes, so this was the box I sent it in. It fit nicely, so this will play the part of the leather purse. Yes, you can just stick it in here, but it is April. It rains in a lot of places around the country. We all know April showers bring May flowers. So what you should do is take one of your poly mailers and put your item in it. Now, if it's just say you were shipping this, I wouldn't worry about it. But I'm shipping a nice leather cowhide purse. I want to get it in the poly mailer, and I want to get it tightly sealed over so as to protect it from the elements just in case. So make sure when you're shipping something that would really get messed up by weather that you protect it a little extra. So in this and then in here.
Good tip.
Yep. Now, it's not raining here, but I'm sure it's raining in other parts of the country. All right, so now it is time for... our eBay tip of the week, which is brought to you by Free Up. Free Up with 3 E's is the hands-on solution to hire remote e-commerce workers. Free Up that you get access to the top 1% of online talent whenever you need them. Sign up is free, no monthly fees, no minimum hours. Get the workers you need when you need them and only pay for the hours they work. Brenda, who watches us every week, hello, Brenda, is a loyal watcher of the show. She heard Nate when he was on our show, and now she's on her way to building a remote empire with her team of Free Up workers. Go to freeup.com with 3 E's to start to free up your time and scale your business.
So,
hello, Nadine.
Yes, I'm here. I don't see my, okay. There we go. Got it. Okay. So my tip is, this is on the eBay app, and it might seem like an easy tip to some of you, but for some of you who aren't so familiar with the eBay app, I'm sure this is going to be helpful. So Victoria Beckham has a new line at Target, and I always talk about the 4 Target lines.
Spice Girls.
Yes. So When I did a search today, I actually happened to go into to Target for a cat litter today, and I saw the Victoria Beckham line. I knew it was coming out, but I don't pounce on these, and I'll talk about that at another time. But there's like a whole strategy to these Target lines, so I don't always pounce on them from the get-go. So I was curious though, because I saw some items in there that I knew were kind of sold out in a lot of other Targets. So I wanted to get a gauge on how much they were going for on eBay right now. So in my app, I searched Victoria Beckham Target. And then what I did was I went to completed items, and then you check sold items, because you don't want to see what's listed. You want to see what's actually sold. But on the top there, if you go from highest price plus shipping, you can see the top of whatever of that category, whatever the top price sold for. So there, my search results are on the next screen. And you can see that the top price of the sold out item sold for $375. So if I had found that particular combination of that pantsuit at the Target, I would have probably purchased that. That would have been a good purchase. So I know, and then they go down in descending order. So that's the best way to search for something, to get a gauge on what the top selling price of that item is.
Great tip, and that's my Posh Spice. All right, so here is my eBay tip. Now, this is the purse I was just telling you about, so here's what sold today. My tip is, when you're selling purses, get your mannequin, throw the purse on the shoulder. That's your opening shot. I got a lot of compliments on this opening shot on my eBay listing, and it kind of shows women who are going to buy the purse, or men. You know, I don't discriminate, that's for sure, but it's kind of going to show them where it's going to hang on them. I'm a tall dude, and my height is in my torso. So when I get a crossbody bag, I want to see where it hits me. I like to wear my shit low, like Han Solo wears his blaster, low on his hip. So I like this shot because it shows you where it's going to hit you on your body. And so that is my tip of the day, to make sure to use your mannequin to show how the purse or bag will sit. All right, now it is time for... Jay and Nate's Trendy Bolos. What's hot? What's happening? What should you be looking for?
All right. So, interestingly enough, Jason and I were at this bar called Milk Boy, and our bartender / waitress was really cute. She was kind of trendy and cute and edgy. And I noticed that she had two mismatched earrings, and one was a cherry and one was just a big green earring. And it was odd because later Jason said to me, I think it was like the next day or something, he was like, "Hey, did you notice that our bartender had two different earrings on? I've never seen that before." And yes, I did notice it. And as it turns out, that actually is a 2017 summer trend, to wear two mismatched earrings, and statement earrings like our bartender had on, big ones like you see in this picture on this model. So my tip is, since this is a trend, it's an actual thing. I know at least one of my thrifts has a dollar mismatched jewelry kind of, it's just like single earrings and kind of like, Mardi Gras beads and everything else in there. But there's some actual nice single earrings in there. So I think I'm actually going to shop that section now, because, hey, you know what? If this is in, then you can sell single earrings now and make some money off of them.
Everyone in the chat saying they did in the 80s. Yeah, guess what? It's back. It was so funny.
It is back.
We noticed it, and then they saw this thing, so it's hot.
And this is from Elle.com, so this is a very hot, top fashion source. That this is actually a trend, yes.
So I was just at Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas is the giant rockabilly event where 20,000 rockabilly kids descend on Vegas every Easter weekend, and they take over a casino. And oh my God, let me tell you what's hot this summer. So get ready. You find anything like this, get it. Because we actually saw this trend, my wife and I, earlier in the week, not knowing it was a trend. And then, oh my God, was it the trend at Viva Las Vegas? Watermelons. Watermelon everything was at this event. And we had seen a dress earlier in the week and something else. So here's one bag. Here's a dress, so you can be a piece of watermelon.
Goodness.
Here's
like a watermelon costume.
Here's a girl rocking that dress. Here's another dress that my wife is looking at.
Wow.
Here is a first an hour. So watermelon is the hot commodity this summer. So find your watermelon stuff that goes for outfits and get it listed. Trust me, watermelon is the thing for 2017.
Okay, very cool.
And finally, I don't know why it's only playing half of the sound effects tonight. This is Bizarro World. Time for J&A's mini thrift hauls. Every week or so, we have a thrift haul show, and we like to show you a couple things that's coming up. So, Nadine, what do you got for the thrift haul?
Okay, so I am wearing this beautiful kind of lavish, it's faux fur, this very furry vest here, and it's lined and it's very nice. And I will be talking about that on our next haul and why I purchased it and what brand it is. It's pretty cool. And then my other one is, and I'm going to put my hand over what tells what it is. So Jason on our Monday haul mentioned that parrots and birds are also considered tiki-ish, right, Jason?
Yep.
Yeah, so ever since then, it's very odd. I've been seeing parrots and birds everywhere. So I found this mug, and I texted Jason, and I was like, should I buy this? Is this tiki? Is it? And he was like, yeah, and it's actually a mystery to you too, Jason, right? Like we can't find any solds or anything on it. So I will be talking about, there is some text on here, and I'll be talking about what it says and why it's very vintage and apparently rare. So I'll be talking about that.
And my one tease, if you saw my earlier video today, it is this badass Afghan. So I'm going to tell you what I paid for it and what we think we're going to sell for. It's a pretty awesome score. It is killer, and that was an easy purchase. Now, usually we just tease you. Those of you who tuned in, I will show the back of this shirt today just because it made me laugh. So the front of the shirt says, "Rest in peace, Lindsay Lohan," which she's not dead, so that's what's funny about this shirt. But what's more funny is the back. Just kidding, I'm practicing. Because if you don't know who Lindsay Lohan is, she's a train wreck. So I have not been this tickled over a shirt in a long time. So that was one of my other thrift finds. And this hat. This hat means a lot to me, and I'll explain why in our next thrift haul. All right. Real quick before we get our guests on here. If you're in my thrifting group, and if you're not, you should be, we have just crossed the 25,000 member mark in only 20 and a half months. That is beyond epic. My first group took 8 years to get to 16,000. This group only took 20 and a half months to get to 25,000. So it's pretty awesome. And we're giving away some eBay swag. I got stuff directly sent from the eBay shipping team. I got gift certificates from Bubble Fast. And myself and my lifeguard, Teresa Cox, has some other eBay swag to give away. So, group, make sure you post to the 25,000 post. You'll see what it is. And this Sunday on not Thrifty Business, that's today. This Sunday on Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being Thrifty Over 50 with my mom, we're going to draw the random names for 25 gifts. One gift for each 1,000 members, and give away a lot of cool stuff on Sunday. So make sure to get in the group, make sure to post to this post, and make sure to tune in on Sunday to see if you won some goodies.
And wait a minute, everybody has to see what I did with the artwork there.
No one said anything yet. Don't tell them.
Oh, okay, all right.
No one has mentioned the quarters on the 25,000.
Nobody said anything, huh?
No, not one person. I'm shocked. No one said anything. All right, before we get to the people in our class from last week, I'm going to be in Atlanta next week. Now, I have a Friday thrift class in the thrift store and a Monday thrift class. Friday is sold out. Monday is one person for being sold out. So if you want to attend Monday, just hit me up on Facebook. But I do have a classroom class on Saturday in the Stone Mountain area of the Atlanta suburbs. It's going to be 4 hours of teaching you everything from start to finish. I'm going to give you a bunch of bolos to find in the thrift store, how to list it, how to take pictures of it, how to keep track of it, how to sell it, and how to count your money. So if you'd like to join me in Atlanta, the website's pretty easy. It is bit.ly/JasonATL. That is a week from Saturday in the Stone Mountain area of Atlanta. It's going to be my first classroom class. So we're going to be in a nice little room in the Hampton Inn and going to be showing you the best practices, how to get the most money from your thrift store adventures. And
Awesome.
hey, speaking of thrift store adventures, we should talk about some. And I think we have one or two guests that maybe want to share. So let me
Great segue.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd be faster at this, but I'm failing miserably. Hang on a minute. I don't know. Talk for a second. I don't know where.
Okay, so yeah, you're a little out of sorts tonight.
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so now everyone's noticing the artwork.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
All right, let me turn our guests on while I figure out what the heck I screwed up here. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Well, I think.
Hi.
All right, they're coming back now.
Hello?
I'm actually bizarrely. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that, everybody.
So I can't see everyone on the bottom, Jason.
I know. I'm working on it. Hang on.
Okay, so you're working on that. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Hey, it's our thrift class, the aftermath, and we don't mean the aftermath as in, oh my God, they turn into awful people. What do you do after you take a class from us? Okay, why am I not seeing anyone? Adele and Laura.
Yeah, I know. Well, I see. All
right, Annie's there. Okay, cool. We're off to a rousing start.
Yes, that's good. We see
technology has not been my friend tonight.
What is going on tonight? Okay. So.
All right, Annie, we're gonna talk to you for a minute. All right, so let me tell all the rest of my guests real quick.
I did have to turn on the camera and unmute myself.
Yeah, I cannot turn your cameras back on for some reason. So, rest of the guests, please do me a favor. Hover your mouse at the top of your screen, and you will see, the first thing you'll see is a little icon person. Then you'll see a microphone and a camera. So click on it, make sure the camera's on and the microphone's on, and then we can see you. So we can see in here. Annie? Adele, do we hear you?
Wait, Adele has to take her mute off.
All right, Adele, you're still on mute, but Annie, you're there. Hi, Diane.
Hi.
All right,
How about
cool.
now?
Yes, we hear Adele now.
I don't see. You see me?
We see you. Yes, you're good.
Hello,
Laura,
Sherry. How are you?
Laura to take her mute and her turn.
So
her
Laura
camera
and Robin, take your camera and mute off. All right. So while we're getting everybody in order
Laura.
here, these are members from our class in New Jersey and Philly. And so what Nate and I do when we teach a class is we take you section by section. And the nice thing when you have two of us, the one that's not talking can be in the next section prepping it, finding all the goodies and all the baddies, and then teaching you what to buy and what not to buy. And we go back and forth pretty well.
We are a dynamic duo, yes.
Yes, we are. And then we go to lunch, and then we talk about what you found, best selling practices. I share a bunch of tips and tricks from my eBay listings. Yay, we're almost all there. Oh, and Robin's here. Yay, we're all here.
Great.
All right, so the first question, and we're going to do it, we're going to go down the line. I'll just say your name, and that way we don't have mass chaos. So where did you travel from, and was your trip worthwhile? And we're going to start with Adele.
Oh, I traveled from Easton, Pennsylvania. It took about an hour and a half, and yes, it was worthwhile. Definitely.
That was nice and easy. Annie, now Annie was a winner for travel.
Yes.
I traveled from Orlando, Florida, and what was the other question?
Was it worthwhile to travel from Orlando, Florida?
It was absolutely worthwhile because it was a decision for me for a career change, and I needed to do some investigating. It was absolutely worthwhile.
So I'm going to pause real quick. Annie came from Orlando, Florida to come to Philly, Jersey, Philly, whatever. I've had others who were close to classes that we've taught, that I've taught, that were like, oh, that's a couple hours. Look, we can't be everywhere, but if we're anywhere near you, come. You're going to get so much more than what you pay for the class, because you'll learn enough and buy enough that day to pay for the class, but then all that knowledge just compounds, and you add all this new stuff to your bottom line. Because we had one guy in our class in Jersey, and I know Scott had never sold a bra before, but Scott's now at home selling a 46 double J bra. So if we get anywhere near you, like Atlanta, I got people like, well, there's traffic in Atlanta. Yeah, I know. It's a major city. I get it. But plan it. Come down. We're having tiki hangouts. We're going to have fun. So Annie came all the way up from Orlando.
With her husband, too. Which was
with her
awesome.
husband, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Paulus.
All right, Diane. How are you, Diane? You jumped out?
Hi. Yeah,
So where'd you come from, Diane?
I just lost internet connection, but I think I'm back now.
You're back. So
Come from, Diane.
For the class, I live near Utica, New York. It's about an hour east of Syracuse.
So how long did it take you to get to the class?
It's about a 6-hour drive.
Yep. Yeah, you had a
Each
long
way.
drive. And was it worthwhile for that 6-hour drive each way?
Oh, definitely. I learned a lot of tricks and things that you normally don't hear about. And it's nice to see the real life examples. You can pull up a jacket and say, well, here's where you find the size tag, and this is how you package artwork, and so on. So I learned so much. It was so worth it.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Awesome. And before
Thank
we
you
jump to
for
the next
making the trip.
person, the crazy thing about teaching classes, me and Nadine together or separate, is, we just walk into a thrift store. We don't know what we're going to see. We hope we're going to see goodies. We hope we're going to find the right things to teach. We can teach anywhere, but it's one of those rare things where you're at the mercy of what's there. And so you kind of work with what you got. And, it's always worked out. I've never had a really bad class. I've had lesser classes and better classes, depending on what's in the thrift store, but we always leave with good stuff. So, Laura, you have a guest sitting behind you.
Oh, yes.
So why don't you tell us who your guest is and then answer the question.
Okay, this is my spouse, Anne-Marie.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hi, Anne-Marie. And I know Anne-Marie because how many classes have you both taken together now?
Two.
Yes, you took 2 of my classes solo, and then Laura took the class with Jay and I.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
And then where did you drive from?
I drove from the Jersey Shore, so it's about a little over an hour.
Jersey Shore. Do you gym tan laundry?
What?
I do. Well,
That is a pop culture reference that you don't understand, Nadine.
Okay, yeah, that went. I was.
GTL, baby, GTL.
I told you, pizza's here. So I definitely think it was worth it. And I actually used 3 of my precious vacation days to take these classes. And I would use more if I weren't saving them up for eBay Open. And I've actually taken, in the last 5 months, I've taken 3 classes.
Yes.
And that's a good thing when you have multiple classes, because you'll hear some of the same stuff, but again, you're at the mercy of what's in the thrift store. So you'll hear one thing one day, but when something else cool is there, you'll hear something else.
Yeah, there's always going to be different.
We're just
tips
working
and-
with what's in front of us.
Exactly.
So, and I think we lost Robin because she could not hear us. So I'm very bummed about that.
Yeah,
So-
I can see her, but yeah.
Yeah. So Robin, what we'll do is we'll have you on someday and we'll figure out another topic for Robin, because I feel bad
Okay,
that
can
Robin
you
had
hear
to
me
drop
now?
out.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait, who is that?
that's
Is that
right,
Robin?
Okay,
Okay,
I
we can
hear
hear.
you, but I don't see you, Robin.
Now
Well-
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
okay. Well, we can go with.
We'll go with you. Oh, there you are. All right,
Okay.
Robin, where'd you come from?
Yay.
I came from Connecticut.
Wow, that's a
Down the night
drive.
before, so that we'd be fresh and ready to go that day.
And how many hours of a drive was that?
It was about 5 hours because of the traffic. It was a long way.
And did you find the class worth it, Robin?
It was
Uh-oh.
really valuable. I can't really hear you, Jay, so I'm going to keep talking. Maybe if Nadine asks me, I can hear.
Was the class worthwhile for you? You said it was very valuable.
Absolutely.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, it was very worthwhile.
By the way, you guys are, you're guests on the show, but if you, and we're going to get to that question, but if you didn't like something, please be honest. Like, it's not going to hurt our feelings.
Yeah, we're getting to that question.
Yeah, we want to make sure everyone really gets the most out of the class. All right, so our last guest here. Hello, Sherry. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good.
And where'd you come from?
From Bucks County, Pennsylvania, near Doylestown. So I only had to drive 30, minutes. Which is pretty good. I was very happy about that. So I came to Nadine's class, and then I came to the class with you, Jason, and Nadine.
Yeah, and I was so excited because I wanted to just say Sherry has 4 kids, and she's a newer seller on eBay, and she is doing great. And I'm so proud of everything that you've been doing since my last class. So,
and a huge part of that is the classes. I'm telling you right now.
That's great.
I've learned so much in so little time.
And then here's a couple fun pictures. We do go to lunch afterwards. Usually spend like an hour and a half, just getting to chat, having a little bite to eat, and we do share tips and tricks. Little lunch fun. Here is Nadine holding court in the furniture section. And it is all about the game of life. We're all living life. We're trying to figure out a new, better way to do the things that we do. And wait a minute, did Nadine say you have 4 kids?
I do.
She does.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. But you're like 19 years old. How do you have 4 kids?
She has.
I don't know.
And you have teenagers, right?
My oldest is 12.
Okay, so
Wow.
Wow.
That is amazing. I commend you. I commend all the mothers because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's hard. Let me tell you.
All right, so here's all our guests. So let's get into the meat of it. And Nadine, what is our next question for all our guests?
Okay, so what is the most valuable thing that you learned from the class? So we'll start with Adele.
Well, I learned Hawaiian shirts sell, and I didn't know that. I'll tell you that. And the vintage sizes are smaller.
Yes.
And that it's really, really important to measure them.
That's true.
I guess we've gotten bigger. So, and brand names don't always matter. Sometimes unique things sell. So those were some important things that I learned.
That
is you did. I'm going to applaud you. You listened. That was absolutely right. Yes. Brand names don't matter sometimes when the item is more awesome than the brand that is on.
Exactly.
So. All right, Annie, you're up.
Okay, the most valuable thing for me was to venture into other parts of the thrift store that I don't usually go to, and that there's a lot to be gained by diversifying, and also that I can go through a thrift store faster. I tend to walk in, either get overwhelmed or just stick to a section, and Jason kind of showed us, well, and how quickly they would go off and grab their stuff and come back, and they'd have these, Jason and Nadine would have these scores that you can go through things quickly. Like when Jason showed us how to go through CDs, boom, 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 boom. It just was, it showed me I can do it better, I can do it faster.
Yeah, as you progress in any section, no matter what it is, you should always feel yourself getting faster, because the more you do it, it's all about repetition. The more you do it, the faster you can get. And, Nadine's watched me shop CDs. My wife has watched me shop CDs. And even though they've seen me do it 1,000 times, they're both still like,
the
holy
flip
shit.
that you do, like you're just like flip, like.
Yeah. But that is me working in CDs, collecting CDs for all these years since CDs started. And so I'm like a well-trained machine in that aspect. Now, if I'm doing regular dresses, non-Hawaiian, I got to go a lot slower. But you should always work towards getting
and
faster.
I can flip through a rack of dresses and just like no.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
All right, who's next here? Diane.
Well, I think 2 things, like I mentioned before, trying to find out where the size tags are on suit coats. I don't really do a lot of clothing, but it's something I want to do. And I do have a suit coat, and I had no idea where to look for that size tag. And then the other one was the tip about using pool noodles for artwork and for shipping.
That's a great tip. Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. So real quick to let you know, if you've not done suit jackets, a lot of times the size is in the inner chest pocket. So there's money to be made, and we'll talk about that in a future show probably. But look in the inner pocket. 9 times out of 10, the size will be there, and that'll help you out, jump you off to at least where you're going. Oops, I just lost my screen. Hello, coming back. All right, who is next? Hey, Laura, how are you?
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
So I think kind of like Annie, one of the most valuable things I've learned was to shop the different sections of the thrift store. And because we learn so much at your classes, we learn so much about the different sections. Like when I'm waiting in line on a Sunday morning at the dollar sale to get into the Goodwill, and if everyone runs to the shoe section, I can run to the linen section because I know about linens now. Or if they're all running to the dress section, I can run, to the electronics. So it's just learning all of the different sections and a lot of,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And Nay and I will tease you guys. We're actually retiring one of our segments, and we're starting a new segment called Thrifting Outside Your Comfort Zone. And that's kind of what she just said, that, you go to your comfort, but then you go outside your comfort. And you're like, oh, what do I do? But I do it all the time. Look, had Nadine not been forcing me, I would never have bought this blanket in the linen section. But this is a bad Afghan. This is a badass Afghan. This was a lot of work. And when you hear what I paid for it to what it's worth, you're going to be like, oh, my gosh.
And I wouldn't be buying like $30 and $40 CDs.
Exactly. So we're going to make every one of you get outside your comfort zone and buy more stuff, because there's money to be made. You should conquer your comfort zone, but then get outside of it, because there is crazy money to be made. Look, you saw me sell an almost $60 CD tonight. $60 for a CD in 2017. That is nutty.
Love it.
All right, Robin, are you there even though we don't see you?
I can hear you guys. Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. That's fine. We can go old school 1920s talkies. All right.
Better. Okay. So what's your question? Sorry, I missed so much because of.
What is the most valuable thing that you've learned from the class?
Well, I think other people said it too, is that to really look outside of my comfort zone. I never would have looked. My thought was the linens too, and vintage items. I mean, you held up a dress that looked like something that was really, really, really ugly, and it was
Ugly sells.
Ugly sells, and I would never have I would have passed it right by. But now I know to think differently and look at things that I never would have looked at before.
That is awesome. And then last but not least, hello, Sherry.
Hi. There were so many valuable things. But I think something that was really valuable is like being able to walk around with you guys and, see the tags, know the brand, see the brands firsthand, feel the material, like see, firsthand, like what is good and what are we looking for? What are we not looking for? And just, there's something about just being there and seeing it that's just so important. It's easy to see it online, but it's so different to be in person and to really see it and feel the, things. And then also to watch Jason and Nadine just rip through that store. It shows you okay, because sometimes I'll be at a section, I'll just be like, okay, this so slow, but it just you learn how to tackle the store. And the last thing is to look inside the items. So look inside the purse, look inside the coat pocket, all that, always look inside.
Great tips.
Excellent. And, to go back to flipping through the sections you love, look, the first time you pick up a baseball bat or a softball bat and swing it, you suck. You're terrible. But if you play ball long enough, man, your swing gets pretty good. And I haven't played ball in many years, but if I got up to swing a bat, I could. And, it's kind of like riding a bike. But the first time I dug through sports coats, it was the first time I swung a bat. That was all thumbs. I was fumbling around. But now I'm pretty good at it. So you should always work to finding new things to learn. and having an iPad or any tablet that has internet connection is an awesome thing, because you can teach yourself your own sections you don't know. You can. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's see some of the scores, the finds that our class found. So, Annie, we'll start with you because you have yours handy. You didn't have your listings up yet. So let's see what you show me a couple of the cool things you found.
Okay, I'm gonna go real quick because I got this great, really big moo-moo. Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
And this is, I'm gonna show you the Florida stuff first, so the Hawaiian. My husband actually found these. He's a Star Wars nerdy guy, and I mean, nerdy in a great way. And so Beavis and Butthead, these are great T-shirts. Very popular.
Wait, Beavis and Butthead.
And Disney. And then the things outside my comfort zone, which I would have never picked up if it wasn't for Nadine teaching me, was like this great vintage 90s, all that jazz dress.
Yeah.
And
I never saw that. I was busy figuring
Yeah,
that's
all that
awesome.
jazz is one of those 90s brands that is very much sought out by the young kind of hipsters, yes.
my mom wanted it. She's like, what size is that? I want that. And I love this. It's gorgeous. And I learned about the vinyl tablecloth with the felt in the back. And it's just something now I look for every time I go to a thrift store. And this is just so cute and happy, but just something really neat. And I too got a wonderful vintage Afghan.
Yeah, that was a cool Afghan.
70s. So that was it. It's a blanket. I don't know.
Hey, Annie, my mom wants to know, and I wouldn't even applause for anyone else, but my mom wants to know, what's the brand on that moo-moo?
Oh, it's not branded. I even was trying to figure out if it was handmade.
Oh, there's no tag in that moo-moo?
There's no tag at all. And I turned it completely inside out, looked down the sides, and I could not find a tag. So I don't have a size.
There you go, Ma. Unbranded.
Yeah.
It's still gorgeous, and it'll absolutely still sell. And
It's
when
a
you get that
larger,
listing,
it's a plus size for sure, so that's a good thing, yeah.
yeah. All right, let's hop over to Laura. Hey, Laura.
Hey.
You got some sweet shoes here.
Yeah, so those were the Tahari shoes that I sold.
Nice.
Oh yes, I did sell those, right? So I sold. Sorry, I sold those for $29.95 plus the buyer paid shipping, and I got positive feedback. So.
Wait, since our class, you sold them and got feedback already?
Yes. Well, that was actually from one of the first classes.
That was
that's
from
cool.
one of my
That's cool.
classes.
Oh, okay.
But so, yeah.
I'm like, man, you were quick. Holy cow.
Yes. No, that stuff is actually still in a pile right next to me. Yeah, so that was a really good score. This one is a listing, and I see that I actually have my bag the way that you just
well done.
have it. So
Great picture, yes.
so that is something that Nadine pointed out in one of our classes. That's the sack, the blue knit woven purse. I'm trying to get $29.95 and asking the buyer to pay shipping.
Yeah, you should get around that. It's a nice piece.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Is that you, Nadine?
That, of course.
Jesus. Hey, Laura, what'd you pay for the shoes and what'd you pay for the bag? Do you remember?
Sure. So for the shoes, I think I paid $2.99, and for the bag, I paid $3.99.
All right, cool.
Yep.
And this is another brand that I didn't know about that Nadine taught me about, Rabbit, Rabbit, Rabbit. It's a really cute size 10 dress, and I'm trying to get $24.95 with free shipping, and I paid $3.99 for that.
Yeah, you should definitely get that easily.
Nice.
You could probably actually increase your price to $29.95 on that one.
There you
Okay, I'll do that. And then another brand that I didn't know about, Echo, and that's a really nice women's robe. And I have that listed for $49.95 with buyer paying shipping, and I bought that for $4.99.
Yeah, that was a beautiful robe. It's so heavy and luxurious. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Laura, I'm going to tell you, we need to work on your shipping because that robe and these shoes should not be $13 to get to me.
Oh.
So I'm going to help you.
Yes, help me.
Yes, I will absolutely help you because
Okay.
these shoes should be like $9.99 at the most. Because you don't want to scare customers away. And same with this purse. This purse being not anything that would be bad if it was folded would fit in a padded flat rate for under $7.
Okay.
I can see that, Jay. I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
Yep.
But her photos are great. Yeah.
Yeah, your photos are great, but let's work on your shipping because we don't want to scare customers, and that's the main thing.
I know.
So we'll help you. No worries. You know, it's all part of our show. It's part of my group. It's making sure everyone's on the right track to major success, and it's all part of it. So you didn't know you were going to be graded tonight, and I just want to let you know that we need to fix it a little bit because you want to make sure that you have the most eyes on you as possible.
And can I just say one thing? I have to give props to Amory because she took the pictures. So
Aww.
I figured out the shipping, so that's not good for me, but she did pictures.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about Anne-Marie and her kind of evolution and all of this in, I think, in the next question, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Okay, next we have Robin. Is Robin still with us?
I'm still here.
Cool. You got this cute little purse here, Robin.
Oh, that's cool. That was something that Nadine showed us. That was a Viv Pickle. It was a custom-made handbag that's only made in Philadelphia, and I guess they don't sell them anymore. So I picked it up, I think, for $6.99, and they were going on eBay for about $18.50. I'd love to see if I could do more, but so that's how I listed it.
I think you could probably get a little more for that bag, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Yeah, and it is a handmade, custom,
Right.
you know, and the locals do seek out that brand. Plus, anyone who, you know, just likes that kind of boutique-y custom handbag look will be looking for that as well. So.
Right. I loved it. I was tempted to keep it, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think you could raise your price a bit.
Okay. I will do that. Well, so what's next? Because I have a delay.
Okay. The Capizio tank.
Yep, this was another
remember
Nadine
that?
find.
Yep.
This was a gymnastics leotard that came new with tags, which was pretty exciting. It was only $2.99 because I think it was on sale.
Yep.
And so it's listed for $18.50. So I hope to get that for that as well.
So I'm not a. She just disappeared. I was gonna say I'm not a leotard wearer, but because it kind of has legs, would you call that more of a unitard?
It's a leotard, but yeah, I mean, you could use that word also, but it is leotard. It's a dance. And that, yeah, for kids' clothing, you know, she could probably even ask like $24.99 with best offer on that. But yeah, because the dance moms are going to go crazy.
Yeah, I would
for
keep
that.
those up to $24.99 and free shipping. I think you'll do better that way.
Yes, exactly. That was a great find. Yeah.
And Robin, are you back or no?
I'm back
Yes.
with
All right,
audio,
link-
but not picture. Okay.
Yeah, Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs. This was my favorite find. We were in the toy section, and I just was standing right in front of the Lincoln Log bucket. And it was almost complete. It was missing 2 Lincoln Logs, which was kind of a bummer, but it was only $3.99, and they're going for anywhere from $35 to $50 online. So I was really excited to find those. So hopefully that'll be a good score. The concern for me is shipping, and I've got calculated shipping because I don't really know.
So what you want to do is, because this is not a breakable item,
Right.
you want to find a box that is exactly the same size as that Lincoln Logs container, and put it in the box. Get it weighed.
That's what
And
I
if
did,
you've not if you've not discovered the joy of FedEx Smart
FedEx
Post,
Smart Post. That's what I was
Really?
going to say. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, because this is probably like a $12 item using FedEx Smart Post. Now it'll take up to 7 business days, but it works pretty quick and it works well. My mom and dad use it. I use it. Nadine uses it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just sent that set of aviation DVDs
Yeah.
that I Smart Post. Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, so I would definitely look into FedEx Smart Post.
I will do that.
Very cool. Though. I love the Lincoln. All right. Oh, and you have this Paul and Joe for Target. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was like
those
a
Target
little
lines.
popover shirt. Another Nadine find that I would have passed it right by because it's cute, but it sold within 2 days of putting it up. It was right away, and I felt like I should have listed it higher.
You
'Cause it sold
probably, yeah,
so
you
fast.
probably could have listed it for $19.99, but still great flip. You know,
Yep.
easy $14.75. So
Yeah.
Nice and quick. I
Yeah.
always like the
Love
nice
it.
and quicks.
Yep.
All right. So we are
Sherry.
Sherry, and Sherry has this behind her. I can see it,
Yeah.
Sherry. Let's see that line. We'll show the picture too. That is one hell of a piece. Now, what do you got there, Sherry?
This is. I saw Nadine have this. She put it in her cart, and I was like, I have to have this. I was like, I better be the one getting this. I really better. And I haven't done like too much research on it. And I'm like kind of iffy. Am I going to keep it and leave it in my eBay office or sell it? I don't know yet. But it is like so cool. It's stamped on the back, made in France. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Wow, I didn't know that part of it because I saw that before we even got to that section. I saw it. I didn't know it was made in France.
So this is early 20th century.
And what is it, Nadine?
Well, it says made in France on the back, and then it does have a brand. It's I think it's German, or it's not French, and it should be French, but I think it's actually German in the text on the back.
Right, but what are we looking at?
It's a hunting scene.
No. What's the material?
It's wool and it's needlepoint and it's
Needlepoint.
beautiful
Thank
wool.
you. That's what I'm trying to get.
And
One of you two
yarn
to
that's-
say. Jeez, it's
and
like
the yarn
it's like
that the
pulling
yarn that's
teeth over here.
the yarn that's used on it. Now I'm a yarn guru. This is gorgeous wool yarn. It's like, just beautiful wool. There is a hole in it, but it can be repaired. And I mean, this should sell in the hundreds easily.
And what did you pay? Do you remember?
Yeah, I paid, I think, $7.
Yeah, it wasn't much. This is nutty for $7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$7.
So big and so awesome.
It's so cool.
It's
And-
beyond cool.
And I have to give our friend Christine credit because she found it first. She was
nice.
yes.
All right. So what else you got?
Okay.
You got this really cool jacket here.
Yeah, so I wanted to show this one. I got this one at the class, but because it's like so bright and, like it would just be something I would be looking for, normally. Nadine got it, but I just love all the colors and I just, it's Indigo Moon. I think it's from, have it up there for $19.99. I can't see the thing.
I would raise your price on that and add take out the extra.
And we got to fix your jacket. Does not cost $13 to ship to me.
No, well, what I would actually do with that is put it up for like $39.99 with free shipping.
Okay.
Yeah,
and you can probably get that into a padded flat rate if you put it in some plastic first and then slide it in there. And then I would just do NUA tags and take the NWT for NUA tags. And if you can fit in there, I would take out unique and put in art to wear because that's the common expression that people search for with this kind of wearable art. If you can't fit art to wear, do wearable art, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So, but I
And
would definitely raise your price and add do free shipping.
And Sherry, you never want unneeded punctuation. Get rid of that exclamation point. It screws it up when people search in Google because it pretty much puts an end on your listing right there.
Okay, because I do it all
You'll
the
never
time.
get to the word small. Yeah. So,
Your close-up picture, that was great for the
yeah, your
picture.
picture's great, but if you're selling a media item, a book, a record, a CD, that has punctuation in the title, absolutely use it. Other than that, never use punctuation because it screws up searches. And I've seen it in action. So yeah, don't use. See, look at all the bonus tips everyone's getting tonight. This is great. This is awesome.
Cool. Okay, this was my CD. I didn't get it at the class, and this was like when I was taking bad pictures. So I'm already taking better pictures. I've only been on eBay for, I'm going to say like 2.5, 3 months. So that was one of the big things I'm working on. But I did want to show this because, like, one of the things that we're learning is CDs. Look for CDs. And, I got this free. I got a whole bunch of CDs for free, and I wouldn't have normally listed that. And I sold it for, I think $19.99. So it's just, it's just like free money.
Free money. I like that.
It's true. Yes.
All right. So I'm not drunk. I'm sorry that you guys are hearing like a whistling sound. Let me switch my microphone one more time because it's more about hearing you guys and not hearing me.
Hello. All right, cool. So we'll go with that for now. We'll see if that is any better. Right here. And then I see you sold this very nicely.
I sold it within 1 day of the class. So I got it at the class for $7. This is Ellie Tahari. And Nadine was talking about, Tahari, and then if it has the Ellie in front of it, look for that. Always look for that name.
Yes.
So I thought I took a pretty good picture.
You did, yeah. No, there's some other Tahari lines that don't sell as well. But yes,
this is the only picture I got of your label. I would get a straight-on shot of your label.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And,
but nice sale.
Yes.
Yeah, I took the best offer. I was happy with the best.
Yeah, that was a great sale.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she dropped out for a minute.
Yeah, all right. Phew, I'm like,
no, that was a great sale, though. Yes, I'm so glad. That was a beautiful blazer. I'm so glad that I found that you got it.
All right, and then lastly, what do we got here? We got Diane here. Diane found some bitchin' toys.
Well, that first one on the shelf, it was just looked like a little fire truck, and we had the $3 coupons, and it was $2.99. So I basically got it for free, and I got it home and started playing with it. I know nothing about Transformers, and it turned out to be a Transformer. They brand new. They sell in the high 30s. This is missing a piece, so I posted it for $20 with free shipping, $19.99 with free shipping. So we'll see where that goes.
Oh, my boys would love that.
Yeah.
But I was learning about Transformers now. I didn't hear you, Jay.
I said your listing looks really good.
Thank you. The cradle, I had up until the class a fear of large objects, and this is not huge. It's about 15 inches long, and it was kind of dirty when I picked it up at the store, and I just put some furniture polish on it, and it cleaned up really nice. So this will be my first experience with shipping something a little larger. I am going to look into the FedEx Smart Post for it, though.
So the one thing I would recommend is you have a very short title. There should be some other words you could probably use in there, like rocker, baby.
No, it doesn't really rock, though. So
your title's too short.
Yeah, use those keywords that you have. Yeah.
Right. And one thing, too, in doing the research, there was a couple others on eBay, but they weren't accurate. They said they were handmade, but that's not a handmade wooden cradle. So you have to be careful if you're doing self-similars.
I like you did your research. Well done. I like that.
Very well done.
And the yarn, Nadine had taught us about different types of yarn and what to look for, and showed us what wool yarn looks like. So on the way home, when I stopped at a Goodwill, here's this nice package of wool yarn.
How awesome is that?
So
love it.
I'm going to sell all 4 skeins together, and we'll see where that goes.
You can probably raise your price a little bit on that too.
Okay. That I wasn't sure of.
Yeah, I would do at least. You're not doing best offer. So without best offer, I would do at least $24.99. I would say that you could bump that up to $29.99 with best offer easily.
Okay.
A
I got
great
some about the
find. That's
picture.
awesome.
I love that you did 3 up and 1 down. That is a great way to square up that picture.
Yep.
Well done. I love that.
Very good.
Thank you.
And that's what like yarn buyers don't want to see it all stacked. They want to see that they're getting 4 separate schemes. So that's a great picture.
Great spacing, if you will.
Thank you.
We have to improve that picture. I rushed today to get them up for you.
Aw.
Now that's the picture. Let's see it in action. Ready for creepiness, everybody?
Oh, here we go.
Where's her hair? Oh my God!
That is great.
Well done.
So
So you
I
got-
don't know, the price might be a little high. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we need to work on your title too. Again, we need to fill up the keywords. I'm sure there's other things that Nadine would recommend in this title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
But here, look,
Wow.
well done. Well, I'm going to give you a round of applause now. To use the little arrow and point out where things are off or wrong or bad. That is a well done picture. It's a good listing. As a quality seller to show you if there's anything wrong. Look at that. I love it. Well done.
That's great.
Keep up that good work because that is epic.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm
Would
going
you-
to improve it though. Okay.
All right, but good job. I mean, that's what you should do. This way, a customer can never say, hey, why don't you tell me there was missing beads? And then you'd be like, hey, I put an arrow next to the beads. Of course there's missing beads.
Right. That's the back, yeah.
Look at this badass shirt.
Oh, that
Wow.
is cool.
Yeah, we found this, and this is Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. I Must Break You. It spells out his body. It is awesome. So, but I went period after Rocky. No extra punctuation in your title. Men's isn't all that needed, but it's from Rocky IV, if I'm not mistaken. So I would have that in the title.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is a cool shirt. I like the price, but why is it $7 for shipping? That will fit in a poly mailer, and if you're going to charge for shipping, it won't be more than about $3.60 at the most. So it's
Okay.
not, because
That'd be about 8 ounces.
yeah. So let's not scare your customers off. So let's get your shipping figured out too.
Okay.
But that's a badass shirt. Yeah, everyone's excited. Yes, Drago, Rocky IV.
Oh, this was a beautiful, beautiful dress. Yeah. So very 80s.
And what'd you pay for this dress?
$6.99, I believe.
Uh-oh. Am I
Yeah.
the only one here?
No. Yeah, that was a gorgeous dress. Oh my goodness.
But again, I think there's too few words. Don't you think, Nadine?
Yes, I think that definitely. Yeah,
What?
definitely. We need the word velvet in there for sure. There's it's actually kind of a burnout design, like the way the bottom is with the velvet and the lace. Yeah, it's kind of, so you can put that in there. Yeah, there's a lot of other keywords that you can.
Yeah.
So I can help you with that. Yeah, I can definitely help you with that.
And the chat saying put prom in the title, and let's get a few more pictures.
Yeah,
Now, I do want to
definitely.
point out Adele and Sherry, new sellers. Look, Sherry's got 272. This is Sherry, right? Like, go back to Sherry yet?
Nope.
Nope, one more.
Nope.
Sherry's
Yeah,
got
there you go.
65 feedback.
Yep. Mhm.
Adele's got 178. So I love, guys are like, I'm doing this. I'm getting out there. I'm doing this. You're new, but you're hustling. And so that really, I want to give everyone an applause on that, because that is awesome. So I love to see new sellers. I love to help new sellers. It's pretty awesome to see people like either trying to make more money for themselves, like maybe spending cash, or like screw working for the man, because I know we have one of our people in our guest down here that's like, screw working for the man. I'll do this on my own. So
Yep.
It's so nice and refreshing to see new people tackling this. My mom and dad were new at one point. They're killing it now. So, hey, I have been new for a long time, but I thoroughly applaud everyone who's new and who's trying this out. All right, we have one more question for all of you because we are way over our hour.
Yeah, so we're going right to the end.
It's a lot of fun, and we had some technical difficulties. So hit him, Nay.
Okay, so any suggestions on how we could improve future classes or what you'd like to learn more of? Would you recommend to anyone else to take a J&A thrift class?
And
we'll
be as
start with
honest
Adele.
as you want, because we're big, we can take it. Adele,
Yes,
you're first.
so anything that you want to critique us on, that's fine. You know,
And I'm taking
that's the
notes.
No, I would. This is my second time. I mean, the second time with Nay and first time with Jay, but I just learned more each time. But I'd like to see more jeans, but the store didn't have more jeans, so we couldn't do it. I'd like to learn more about that, about jeans.
Okay, denim.
That I might be selling overseas too. So, well, I guess you do on eBay too, but.
Yeah, we had some crappy luck with the amount of jeans, but we'll definitely have a show coming up on denim and jeans, specifically on Thrifty Business with J&A, because that was a great topic, and it's a great product to sell because it's not fragile. It's easy to ship. It's such a great product.
Yeah, I'd like to sell more jeans, but no, I've taken the class twice. I love it. I'm ready to take it again.
Oh, thank you, Adele.
You're welcome.
All right, Annie.
I don't have any particular critiques. I just wanted to say that for us, what was really cool, and especially having my husband there, is we've been trying to make this decision because I've been selling. I wasn't new to thrifting and I wasn't new to eBay. I just haven't been doing it full time. And in that class, he said to me, Annie, you can totally do this. And that's what I needed. It was almost like a Rocky moment, like win, you know, and so that was great. And then he also learned that he usually helps me ship. And he basically said, now I know how I can help you, because he got really into the music part and the games. And when we were talking about those things, those are his expertise. And it was just really neat. And I don't have any critiques necessarily.
Well, thank you. That's good
And
feedback.
we're glad you're doing it. That is awesome. All right, Diane, let me have it.
Well, I would definitely recommend it, and it doesn't matter how far you have to drive to get there, you should go. And the 6 hours each way was definitely worth it. The one thing I was thinking afterwards would have been nice at lunch to go around the table and just kind of have everybody say who they are and where they were from and what they sell, and get to know them a little better. Because as we know, this is sort of an isolating business that we're in, and it's nice to make new friends.
That's a great tip. Yeah, that's some great feedback. I like that.
I love that, and I am sorry I've never done that. And Diane, I'm going to do that next week in Atlanta, so thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
That is 100% on. We should do that very much so. So thank you, Diane. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, Laura, hit me. Knock us down.
Before Laura says anything, I just want to say one little thing about Laura and Anne Marie. This is their third class that I've done with them. Well, Laura took the third one and Anne Marie did not, but I did 2 classes with Anne Marie and Laura. And Anne Marie is Laura's wife, and she was very kind of skittish about thrifting before all of this. And I am so proud of Anne Marie, because she has really come out of her thrifting shell, and she's all, finding scores, and she's all excited about it. And I think that is just fantastic to get your spouse involved like that. I love it. So that's one thing that I wanted to say.
Yes, and I have to say thank you, because this is my passion. So now that Anne-Marie is interested in it too, oh my God, this is like me. So I have to thank you.
That is great.
Yeah, and I think my suggestion for the class is that I love that it's a small size, and so that's actually not a suggestion. It's just it's great that it's a small size and keep it a small size for the in-store classes because it's it feels very hands-on that way.
Okay.
And I love the classes. I love them. Me too.
And hey, Anne-Marie, you saw the $400 shirt I sold tonight, right? I got 2 more. So if that doesn't get your significant other to get excited to see things like that, then you need to find a new significant other. I'm just telling you that. If I can sell a $400 used shirt, then I got 2 more. But the chat, we have some other members of our class in the chat saying, yeah, they would have liked to have met everyone at lunch.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you, years into doing this, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. That never dawned on me. I know you all, but you don't know you all. And I'm sorry. And I'll never make that mistake again. And Nay will never make that mistake again. So from this moment on, there will be a go around the table and introduce yourself kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that is a great thing. Thank you, Diane, for that.
So when
I
are we
wish
all,
someone would have told me that earlier.
so when are we all going to do it again?
All right, Robin, you're up.
All right. My one suggestion was maybe that if you wanted to collect a little information from us before the class on what we might sell online or what we might be interested in, that might help you focus on what areas of the store to spend more time in. There was one area of the store that we didn't really get to, which was the collectibles, which I was kind of hoping that we would have a little bit of time to go through. So that would be kind of fun. On another time to go back, I'd love to go on a time when you're going through the vases and the collectible stuff to see what you have for suggestions. So
I love
that's just
that.
my thought.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
Maybe it's my education
And
background.
I'm not shitting you guys. I am writing them all this down.
No, he is. He totally is. And I will be also following these suggestions with my own, if I do my own classes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was great. I wouldn't.
All
change
right,
a thing.
Sherry, you're it.
Okay,
sorry,
so
Rob. Sorry, hang on, Sherry. Robin, I'm sorry, I cut you
I
off.
said otherwise I wouldn't change a thing. I had a great time. It was wonderful.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
Yes.
so
all right,
my
all right,
one
Sherry, kick her ass.
suggestion,
Here we go.
it would just be like 1 more hour onto the class. Like I just
I
needed
agree.
1 more hour, you know? Like, I mean, everything, especially being new, like I don't know anything. So like having you guys there is like huge because I'm just by myself all the other times, you know? So even a little more time in the thrifting store would have been, and it was long. It was very long and it was hard to stand that long, but I would have still stood the extra hour to, you know, keep going. But to anyone who's even thinking about taking this class, it is so amazing. Like, I mean, just even I took notes and even not looking back on my notes, my brain has like so much information just from that one day. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, my mom's been selling on eBay for 10 years, and I'll say things and she won't even know that. And I'm like, ha ha.
Oh, I love that.
Could I
That's
add
great.
to what Sherry just said?
Yeah, who's talking?
It's Annie.
All right, Annie, moving over to you. Thank you.
I just wanted to add on to what Shari just said that my concern when I was coming up, I was a little concerned, like, oh my gosh, I hope this doesn't kind of have a slow pace. Sometimes videos, you know, they can be that way. And I was really like, am I going to get, you know, my money's worth if people are asking those questions to themselves? I was. But it was so overwhelming, rapid fire, so much information at once that we were literally like, my husband and I both were like exhausted afterwards. We're like, oh my gosh, it was so much info. So
Yeah.
it was great.
So most of you know, everybody here, and then everybody watching knows I used to have a TV show. And when we were getting ready to film the show, we footage first. And the footage was 2 days of us shopping for 8 hours a day, but talking. And I'm like, this is exhausting. Like, shopping's fine, but I got to talk about everything I'm doing. This is ridiculous. But you're right. Yeah. you know, we want to give you as much content as possible. And some stuff will leave your brain, but some stuff will stick. And the next time you're in the thrift store and you see those pair of jeans I talked about, or you see those pair of shoes Nadine talked about, you're like, I need to buy these because they told me they were good in the class. And you'll think you've forgotten them, but when you see them, it'll ring true again. So, look, we're not the only ones who teach classes that are very good at it. If someone else is teaching a class in your neck of the woods and you've got some research that shows that they're good, you should take a class. Like, I like to speak in public, but I always learn how to speak better in public by people who are better than me. So no matter how good I am at something, I'm always learning to be better. And you should always learn to be better no matter what level you're at. So we got people down here with a lot of feedbacks, people down here with a few feedbacks, but they all want to better their game. I want to better my game. Nadine wants to better her game. And you should. You should never stop learning. You should never stop listening to people who are better than you at what you're doing. Because I think I'm the shit. But there are some things I'm not that. I do. But there are some things that people are better than me at, and I will absolutely listen to them. Always. John Lawson, if you know him, every time he speaks, I learn something new. And I've seen him give the same speech 7 times. But every time I listen, I learn something new. His cadence, his pauses, same thing. You might be good at the thrift store, but you come with me, and all of a sudden we're in vinyl and CDs and 8-track section. And you're like, 8 tracks in 2017? But, you know, that's the whole point of taking a class. So, you know, it's always good to learn new stuff. And a lot of stuff I've learned is because people kind of challenged me. And I wasn't going to learn them, and then they challenged me and I learned them. And I make more money because of that. So that's the whole purpose of our show. That's the purpose of our classes. That's the purpose of my Facebook group. Become a better seller and to make more money. Because, look, the end goal is retirement. So if we can get everyone to have a fun, enjoyable retirement, then I have done my job. Nadine has done her job. And we can all enjoy it. So that's the reason. So I want to thank everyone who took our class, and especially you guys who took it and then want to be on the show. Because I know not everyone wants to be on camera like myself. I always want to be on camera. And Robin so doesn't want to be on camera. Her camera said no way.
I still wanted to be on. It didn't work.
So I want to thank everyone for taking our class. Thank everyone for being on the show. I know it was a long show, but I hope you got a lot out of it. There was just side tips and everything we talked about tonight. I hope everyone goes home with some good knowledge tonight. And as you can see, we are here to help. My Facebook group is here to help. And anything you need, we are happy to help you. So if you are excited about taking the class area and you missed the links, hit me up. I will set you straight. I'm on Facebook. I'm easy to find. Jason T. Smith or Tiki Pug. You can find me very easily. I will be more than happy. Plus, if you're in Atlanta, we're doing 2 Tiki Bar hangouts. So if you don't want to take a class, but you want to hang out and drink rum with me, we're going to do that too. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you by name. Thank you, Adele. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Diane, Laura, Robin, and Sherry, and also Nadine. Thank you for all your help. And Anne-Marie, thank you for being in the background.
Thank you.
And we are not going to be doing a show next week because Jay is in Atlanta, but we will be doing a show on May 4th.
And what is May 4th, Nadine?
That is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.
Yes, and let me tell you one of the things we're going to talk about. I am currently working through the most awesome collection of vintage Star Wars toys with their back cards right now. And if you see that back there, that is C-3PO full of vintage characters. So we're going to talk Star Wars during the first half of the show. But our guest, not Star Wars related, our guest is Carrie from Cash and Carry. Great show on HGTV. She's going to be talking about all things her show, which she ran estate sales and she repurposes things. She does things, Nadine, I can't do. She wields a hammer and a nail and a sander. Yes. I don't do those things. So
very cool.
Don't tune in next week because I'll be in Atlanta. But May 4th, we're going to talk Star Wars and Cash and Carry. So everyone come on back.
And we'll fit in a hall somewhere in there. Yes. Because I scheduled a day and a half to Thrift in Atlanta by myself. So
So we'll be doing a haul too, for sure.
Sounds
So
good.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone who joined us down below. Thank you, everyone who watched live. Thank you for all hanging in there. And thank you for everyone who watched after the fact. We love you all. Have a good night. Thank you, Nadine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.